a trip to New Orleans in Super Bowl 58. We are ready to rock in the AFC Championship game. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not on the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They fake the give. Now Mahomes steps away. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Room here to run. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you get a team working together, and you get the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Extra point through the snowflakes, something good. And it's now a 7-0 game. To the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop it. But the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the linebacker, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised him and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Eluding, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. He's going to field this at the 4. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. Touchdown Raiders. Darren Waller, 44 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple of shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. 2nd quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw, it's Mahomes. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll drop to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 56 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big playability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. And comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now here come the Raiders.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. On first down, Carr. His throw incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try to pick up bigger yardage.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. They run straight ahead here with White. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones on the stop. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down.
Carr completes it, and he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Now Carr again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A pretty good play now in this AFC Championship, 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Carlson able to put this one through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take,
punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and they take the lead by a point, 17-16. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Takes it at the 7.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And his throw here's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with that 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And this will be caught. As they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf to roll it.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Now back to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll try and run with their fullback. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On play action, now Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. Incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down. Carr to throw again. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And Mahomes going to run again. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Carr, and his pass incomplete.
That's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away their options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Butker on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, and getting him up for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Carr going to throw. Open man, that's Renfro. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Carr.
Back to Renfro again, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 2nd and 9, Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Throwing now is Carr. This is Jennings. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that, bro. And
obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Fourth and short, had your offense out there. That one stings.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on fourth and short, you can...
Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Mahomes going to throw it here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Second and 11 now. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They've been dominant in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the 30 on second down, Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Wide open receiver complete. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown Raiders. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, a long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. Their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Carr now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve from posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And it's caught, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And it's certainly not fun for that defense, though.